both of the AD carries to continue collecting the farm, but early scrappy fights. Kalissa and Misfortune definitely pretty darn strong at this early stage. Steadfast Presence already used to block some of the entry here, but Hung has to deal with Saber, who's now forced to flash over the pit, as now Jung is running amok onto Moham, who's completely separated from the team. That's first blood going over to Ultra Prime, and the rest of OMG, maybe they can find a scrap for themselves here, as Rosie Love forced to flash backwards, but the rest of OMG, they're not really getting much out of this fight. They didn't get most of the grubs there either, just one at least for themselves, but Ultra Prime definitely playing that fight a lot cleaner than OMG did. Well, let's see. Jung doesn't have flash this time, so it might be an easier time to land the slam. And you know what? Leading with Keeper's Verdict, definitely an easier execution there on the top dive. Well played by OMG. They can count their ultimate abilities that Ultra Prime have already used, and they feel pretty confident being able to secure the last two, and it goes pretty even, and Moham just using the crash down over the wall. Public execution for the engage on the Hung, but he slams him into the wall, and the damage from Harry and Hung is enough to really put Jung into the ground, and now Ultra Prime gonna have to be careful, because here comes Lin Feng looking for another engage. The flash, charm hits the piggy, and here is the Magna Storm to pull him right on back. Pop Blossom is going to stop the engage though further, and suddenly OMG are realizing, wait a minute guys, we went way too deep. And here comes Ultra Prime for the counterattack, and they got 2 kills off the back of it.
Oh, Rafa, if you thought the previous fight was a mess, then this one takes the cake. I mean, that one was a complete and utter disaster for both teams somehow, and because of that...
If we remind ourselves that the stakes of this series are not the most existent, I think it can kind of shed light on how and why these teams are being super scrappy, as Harry might have overstepped his welcome here. Junhao just waiting patiently for the Jace to overstep and try to get that crash onto the wave. And unfortunately, as both you and I know, Bloxer, anytime a top laner is trying to crash that wave so he can get the bounce back.
On top of that, you're now also 1-for-1 in terms of the feats, and whoever gets this next big Drake objective is going to put themselves in a great spot to be able to pick themselves up that. In fact, if Ultra Prime grab the next big neutral objective, that will be that. Junhao, though, going to get jomped.
And he has no flash, no way out. The bullet time, man, guys, I think that was overkill. I think you already had him, but you know what? It's time to send a message. OMG netting a big kill onto the jungler there. Unfortunately for them, no big, actually, I take that back. Big objective just spawned in the Rift Herald, so this is great time to not only secure this objective for themselves, but as you called out earlier, Bloxer, that should be 3 feats completed for them, and OMG will get the feats of strength awarded.
It's just so... Oh, hang on. Actually, they're not going to let this go without
They don't want to let it go, but Moham hits the sickest Magna Storm ever. Public execution does not really connect, but it doesn't matter because Waka's got enough damage in the back pocket to take out Moham, but now they have to deal with Hung and Starry, who are now leading the charge. Lin Feng, charm flash right onto Wako. They slam him into the wall. Beautiful combo between the OMG mid and jungler. They turn off the Rift Herald as soon as Ultra Prime were trying to challenge them, and they showed them that was a big mistake. Hold that point. Weaver's Wall for an attempt. Uh-oh. Well, Moham, I don't think you're getting out of this one. No flash available. It should just be a couple more rocks. Good night, Moham. Yeah, really good charm on the Junhao, and even though he's not in danger, he loses a lot of HP. Good slam onto the wall on Jung. There's the CC chain. The bullet time rips through. Good night, top laner of Ultra Prime, and now with the numbers advantage, OMG might feel a little bit more confident about pushing forward. Wako is next, and without a marksman, I don't think there's any hope for Ultra Prime in the remaining parts of this fight. Saber gets caught out. There goes Rosie Love, and the Cloud Soul is denied by OMG.
Off of this power play, 2,400 picked up so far, and they've only just about gone through half of the Baron buff at this point. The pressure continues. Oh, good engage. I like it.
Right onto Hung, but he's super tanky, and the Keeper's Verdict is going to punt the front line away. Rosie Love with the Pop Blossom, but there's no real follow-up that they can go for, and Wako gets clipped by the charm into the bullet time. Good night, marksman once again, and Lin Feng still has the Spirit Rush, so he can safely escape over the wall. OMG get a decent amount of damage on that pod turret, but now no one's really defending the mid lane, so Lin Feng and Hung turn their attention towards the mid inhibitor tower. This inhibitor should fall quickly short next, and Ultra Prime down without a marksman means that this base defense is just that much harder.
Yeah, I don't know that they're going to be able to hold on to this game for too much longer. At least not going to lose right now. Potentially a little bit of a wasted teleport jumping in from Harry. Everybody, yeah, is just going to have to wander back out and reset. Harry potentially thinking that the team was going to go for the end right here.
To surmount this impeccable lead now that they have for themselves, almost 10,000 at 30 minutes. OMG might not let me have the chance to talk about it though, because the flash from Junhao still makes sure that he is clipped by this Magnastorm, not able to escape from the engage. As that charm actually went through a clone, unfortunate for Linfeng, but he still has a couple Spirit Rush casts to see if he wants to go forward even more. OMG have the numbers advantage, just need to wait on this next minion wave, but you know, depending on how well they're able to find picks on this base defense, it could be the end of the game, but Ultra Prime going to try to play it as safe as possible.
Yeah, OMG, they've got a minion wave pushing in through the bottom lane. You're down a member already as Ultra Prime. It's so tricky to try to defend your base. They're going to lose this inhibitor tower, likely the inhibitor to boot, and now it's so tricky to try to actually leave your base. Hand goes in.
There's the slam from Hung as he tries to find Saber. Immediate flash to respect the engage, and at least postures himself defensively to be able to hold the line here, but all three inhibitors have now been taken here at Bloxer, and that means you're going to have double super minions pouring through the base. Bullet time was used to rip through the minion wave. Rosie Love, one last Hail Mary attempt for a re-engage, but doesn't really find any kills right off the back of it. Hung is just too tanky and survives the onslaught of that counterattack. Linfeng going forward, buys some time with the stasis, tries to Spirit Rush backward. Maybe there's a chance for Ultra Prime to really capitalize, but they've got to deal with all these minion waves first.
They do, and it's gonna be just impossible to try to get out of your base for long enough to really contest onto this Drake. The soul remains just out of reach right here for Ultra Prime.
Oh man, I was so distraught about some of the performances coming out of Hung, and I was ready to kind of throw in the towel and be like, this is my impression with the guy for the first split, but he has really pushed the gas forward and set up a lot of the tempo for this game, and he's already continuing the charge with Linfeng as the Magnastorm comes in for the follow-up. Bullet time is so beautiful as it just eviscerates the entire squad of Ultra Prime. 5-0 ace here, Bloxer. That's a clean ending for game one by OMG.
It is, and in the end, 33-minute domination right here for OMG. It felt very close for the first 10-15 minutes, but all of a sudden, this game was just cracked.
Mohammed's, or I should say, Rosie Love throws out the ultimate for the engage, but here comes the counterattack, and this is what happens when you walk into Zyra plants and a Stranglethorn. You just get blown up, and the rest of OMG completely punish Ultra Prime. Yeah, they were able to net one grub for themselves, but it's still 4-2 and a kill to top it. And with the mid wave pushing in, they're going to get a lot of damage onto this mid turret. Tries to spot out OMG's dive before it can really happen, but Saber might still be in trouble as Rosie Love, all he can do is just W one target where the Stranglethorns locks down Saber, gets the Fate Seal, but doesn't get a chance to finish the channel because he gets denied and deleted off the map. But here comes the counterattack. Ultra Prime trying to punish the overextension from OMG. That's two kills going over to Wako. That's 3 total for Ultra Prime as the turret ramped up a lot faster than OMG were bargaining for, and it's just a great collapse from Ultra Prime. And Ultra Prime now have the map to be able to secure the second dragon for themselves, but maybe a pick here from OMG. Rosie Love could get caught here. No flash available. A couple more auto attacks and a Mystic Shot is enough to do it. The Stranglethorns is what secures the dead tree in the bottom red quadrant, and Ultra Prime now going to have a chance to see if they can find a way to defend this tier 1 turret from falling.
That was a lot of abilities used right there to be able to pick up a kill onto the support. Still, there isn't really any big objective spawning. I'm getting jumped, though. He's just dead.
Yeah, good collapse there from Saber and Junhao. Just a sixth sense to be able to wait for Zyra, thinking that Hung was safe in that situation, but just the quick roam up from this Yone.
With the Herald charging into the mid lane, this could turn into a fight. There it is!
Flash Cask and Hung, no flash. That's an easy pick for Ultra Prime. Well sought out by the top laner of Ultra Prime. They're going to continue the charge. There's the Fate Seal that locks down the Crocodile for another pick too. And Ultra Prime, if they can continue racking up picks like these, this is still a winnable game for them before OMG get to the point that they outscale them. They lead the charge here, and it might be a successful dive here. Linfeng's got to be careful, though. It does not want to drop any deaths this early on, and the punish from Saber with the Q3 finds the baby dragon. OMG. Now have to be careful about how much more they're going to drop here, because if any members were to die now, the death timers are long enough where it's going to be a little stagger for them to redeploy and successfully contest this upcoming dragon, which then could bleed into the Otacon setup as well.
Exactly, and dying, losing your flash. Oh, hang on. Moham,
Potential re-engage from Moham. Oh, look at the damage from Starry. True Shot Barrage layered right on top of the CC. It's a 1-for-1 trade, but Moham going down for Saber, I think that's something that OMG will take any day of the week. Almost 80% of his HP, so he has to be very, very careful. Still has the flash, but this sapling is going to push him out of the tri-bush, and the Otacon is still at 4k HP, and Junhao is in range to try and smite steal this away. 2600, and it regens, and I think that's what OMG want. Just let it reset. They still have an overall health advantage, but the flash body slam onto Harry, and he goes down thanks to the burn of Junhao's Leandri's Torment, and I think that's enough for OMG to realize that this fight is probably lost, but the Otacon resets once again. Maybe if Hung can be a hero, but it's gonna be so hard because he has no flash.
Rejoin with some extra damage in his back pocket and a full health bar here.
Close. Oh, the explosive cast doesn't put it back. Hung, does he secure it? Oh, it's a little too early. It goes over to the hands of Junhao. Now OMG have to run for the hills. But Junhao has the power of that GA, so he has full confidence to just try and jump in and clear as many kills as he can. But Linfeng will clear one of the GAs thanks to the power of the execute. He's just gonna tangle with Wako, cakes him out. Look at Linfeng popping off on that baby dragon. He's not a baby anymore. But here comes Zhang. Body slams him into the tower, but he still lives thanks to the power of the grass. Proccing. Oh, he stepped on a trap. No. Oh, Linfeng. Oh no. It was going so well.
I don't think I've ever seen someone actually die.
A comedy of errors from the last few seconds of that replay sequence, but Ultra Prime reaped the benefits, taking that Baron right off the back of Linfeng's death, and the fact that Hung was still off the map. They get the third dragon for themselves as well, and now they're making the siege happen. Dead. Rosie Love, a good night, Rosie Love. Maybe, you know, a sacrifice worthy and won't be in vain, as it gives Ultra Prime the window to siege onto that tier. Force OMG to play into them and try and get that punish down. Zhang actually has found Linfeng, but he's got friends on the other side of this big gap wall. Moham, can he get a chance to try and collapse on top of him? He was trying to teleport out. You saw that he was kind of pincered there, but no chance as the CC chain comes in through.
They catch him.
This could be the domino theory once again. As soon as one piece falls, the rest of Ultra Prime try to collapse and bail out their members, but Saber does get saved thanks to the power of the heal. And the rest of Ultra Prime able to save the remaining members here, but it's still a 4v5. Moham was chunked in the exchange, but he can always redeploy back on the map. But now they turn, seeing Harry was isolated from the rest of his team. Maybe it's a chance to find one back as Linfeng gets the execute on Rosie Love. And the numbers are dwindling here, and it makes the volatility even higher for both of these teams. Now just trying to rely on the raw strength of their backliners and trying to deal with these waves. Harry actually managing the mid wave and just stepping up and matching Saber's push for blow at the moment. So far, OMG are doing a decent job of holding the line here, but Wako gets one moment to push up into this inhibitor tower, and it's ripped to shreds, and now this inhibitor is exposed, and this is the first pieces for Ultra Prime to start trying to close out this game. Moham taking so much damage off the back of a Q3 plus a spear from Junhao.
Pushing through multiple lanes has made it a little bit easier for Ultra Prime to actually be able to get close enough to these towers to hit them, and now it feels like OMG, they're going to have to put a last stand on. What can they do?
You can see that Zhang was angling for a cast, which already prompted the flash from Starry. Did not want to get caught and potentially lose the game for OMG. Dominus popped by Harry just to absorb a lot of the damage that was coming in with the poke. There's the cast. John punts in Moham. That's the first kill. Stranglethorns doesn't really do much as Saber finds Linfeng, and no smolder means no worries for the rest of Ultra Prime's days, at least in this second game, because the rest of the threats of OMG have been perfectly neutralized. Hung is doing the best that he can, but it's not going to be enough. Ultra Prime strike back in game 2.
And we have got a series on our hands. Ultra Prime by Junhao. And the vertical jungling split map situations just happening pretty much once again. Junhao loves to look for these early dives top.
Does he look for the Q flash? Oh, it's the counter strike that guarantees the stun.
Oh,
and nice try by Harry to try and flash away and get another odd attack on Jung before leaping away, but not enough to outplay it. And first blood is awarded to Ultra Prime. Or faster, I should say. The third dragon getting started up by Ultra Prime right now. And they're going to see if Jung can just survive the 1v1 or the 1v3 under the tower. Solar Flare right on top. There's the CC chain, and they break the tower. Wako teleports in alongside Saber, and Jung actually survives long enough.
What?
The dive! Holy camole, this is not good for OMG. Linfeng is going to try to salvage the play here.
Wait, do they
Maybe
all live?
This bullet from the curtain call
no!
Fox's Get better out of Wako! How'd that happen?
Look at the smile! Look at the smile! Oh, Wako's face.
Almost just asking for too much for how many things that shouldn't have gone right did end up actually going right for Ultra Prime. So they're in a, you know, not to, man, I have to say it, to be in a pretty prime state for this dragon as Rosie Love with the engage. Junhao's gonna follow up and Moham might be in trouble, and the flash, unfortunately, I'm sorry, Moham, but unfortunately, Zenith Blade doesn't propel you forward, you know? That's the
like
problem with Leona. Once you're in for the long haul. You're not getting out of that one, brother.
Oh, Moham, that's not quite the play that you were really going to be wanting right there.
Yeah, and I want to go back to something that, you know, you mentioned. Oh, wait a minute. Moham, the Hex Flash got interrupted. Solar Flare is going to try to stop them in their tracks, but he's got no way out. Oh, my goodness. Brother Moham.
Finish your point. Let's move on. Let's ignore what just happened to Mo.
As you were, you know, you brought up in game 2, one of the things that kind of plagued Ultra Prime in prior series and games when they were in commanding positions was, you know, their ineffectiveness in closing out these leads that they had. So far, the look is going good. As soon as Ultra Prime have this position where OMG are forced to take the dragon, otherwise giving up Ocean Soul, Ultra Prime do not hesitate, immediately blitz the Otacon. What is OMG supposed to do when they're not necessarily in a position to be fighting for them and not on the map to contest? They get this objective for free, and the curtain call now is a response trying to see if they can catch any members from Ultra Prime, I should say, and Rosie Love is going to pay the price here. That's the Otacon GA going down. But it was a couple of tools expended. No Between Worlds from Linfeng, no curtain call from Starry, and you already see OMG trying to see if they can catch any other stragglers here, but to no avail. And OMG is still going to have to deal with 4 remaining GAs from the side of Ultra Prime.
And this is so tricky for OMG. They have to at least wait for the Voracious Atacan to fall off. I don't think full engaging right now is a particularly good decision. That being said, OMG, they don't care.
Yeah, Hong wants this full send in and try to see if they can burn any more GAs or at least take a kill off of Rosie Love, but forced to flash away as the re-engage from Ultra Prime puts this monkey back on the backspinner, and Jung is able to punish, being able to dunk him with the lamppost, looking for another one. That's a double for Jung, and the rest of Ultra Prime, I think they lost a couple of members, but remember, these are Otacon GAs being expended, so they don't lose much, whereas OMG, the gold deficit is starting to balloon. Ultra Prime gonna get to reap the benefits of having a pretty decent gold lead right before Ocean Dragon is spawning once again, and it is their sole point. This time they are in position to contest for it. OMG, I'm gonna try to match them. Harry has stacked up the Mega Rage Bar. He's in Mega form. Can he get the Wombo combo? Saber's already popped. Linfeng throws down the Between Worlds. There's a lot of decent burst damage, but Wako is still alive, but the rest of Ultra Prime's front line is falling. Jung, you're going to have to pull off a miracle. Pops the stasis. Can he get something done with the counter strike? Looking for a leap strike, but he's just CC'd in place. Forced the leap strike back to his ally. Story flashing in. There's the last bullet. Doesn't even need it. It's just a couple of the normal bullets that takes out Jung, and it's only Wako alive to defend the turret, but the rest of OMG, they've only lost one member. They're going to take their chances with this Baron.
And this is the issue with the Ultra Prime composition. OMG, they want to straight up front to back, and Linfeng, after what has been a very quiet game up until this point, all of a sudden, pissed.
I will say, if Ultra Prime do get this Ocean Soul, no, it's not ideal from OMG, but they've got the Baron buff, and remember, they got 6 Void Grubs, so if they can just try and delay Ultra Prime from being able to defend these turrets in the mid lane, or just go for an outright pick. That's a 5-on-4. We'll see how well Ultra Prime can capitalize on this.
Zigs.
There's the combo right into the back line. Starry is going sent back to the fountain. Linfeng, how much can he pull off and try and salvage this fight? He just gets blown up as he throws himself right into the minefield of Wako. And here comes OMG trying to just run for the hills. Ultra Prime really clowning the rest of OMG for just letting them have that Ocean Dragon and set up properly for a fight. Really a fast pick on to Rosie Love, but it's the re-engage all week. We're back to live. Another re-engage. Junhao leads the charge, and he's still surviving through the onslaught of the burst that OMG had for them on the way in. And the fact that Starry gets popped in the initial round means that Ultra Prime clean through the support as well. They have the numbers advantage, 5-3. We're going to see how much they can get done on the map.
This is something that lower level teams, and obviously this is still very high level, but not the best teams that you see often struggle with, is not compounding upon losses. We've made a mistake, we don't get the Ocean Soul, fine. Is what a lot of the best teams will be able to do, or they're good enough to not make the mistake in the first place. But once you've made a mistake, don't compound upon it. Don't keep making that mistake worse and worse by trying desperately to rectify it without any of the proper setup. So much of this game is about how you can set up around objectives and how you then play out that fight. If you just try to skip straight to the fight part, it often does not work out. We unfortunately got to see that for OMG a little while ago, and now they're trying to pull themselves out of a deficit that they found themselves in. A decent chunk of gold down, 6,000, not massive for this point in the game, still doable, although there we go again.
And then once again,
Oh
if Jin
Lord.
steps up and is in Vi range, then it's just so damn easy for them to set up the combo for a Mega Inferno Bomb to just be smacked right on top of the sniper's head. And Hung can only do so much just to survive and deny Ultra Prime any more time to just get into this base. But now it's 5 against 2 here, Bloxer. I think this is prime time for Ultra Prime to send us to game 4.
It really is, and this is off the back of OMG winning our first game. They looked so good in game number 1, but it has been tricky these past couple. Ultra Prime, can they push through and end this one out? Only 2 members remain. It's a very hard base defense, and the fact that the inhibitor spawns buys them a little more time, yeah,
A little more time, but Harry is still under fire. Goes Mega. Linfeng buys some time with the between worlds, but I don't know how much time that's going to actually buy. Moham respawns.
Yeah,
wait a minute. Ultra Prime, they're not going to get a chance to end the game yet. Here comes the curtain call. There's no GAs. Can he find any targets here? But it looks like the last curtain call bullet is not going to go through. There's a teleport. Harry's just going to try to cut them off with the flank. Yeah, this is super scattered. Junhao is going to try to lock down Harry. He might have overextended for that play. And Zhang is just handling himself just fine in a 1v3. Here comes Wako once again with the bombs. And I mean, OMG, what else could you have done? They're down gold. They're desperate for a Hail Mary play. And unfortunately, it's just cheese side down on the griddle. Ultra Prime 5-4-0 ace. They're going to push this last minion wave in. They're going to go up 2-1 in the series and put themselves on match point.
Ultra Prime, what an impressive look from them. Junhao specifically looked great. That Vi such...
And Junhao is forced to start on the Wolves, and if Hong suspects this, he's going to push them off, and now this is potentially for the makings of a very scrappy level 1, but Junhao gets the smite on the Wolves, and Starry had to flash away from the hook shot. They have to turn on to Wako. Might be forced to pop their own flash, gets away from the decimating smash, and OMG, they're burning a lot of summoner spells, but they're getting corralled, and if they don't play this out well, they could get absolutely cheesed. Here they go, hook shot flash on the multiple members by Ultra Prime, and OMG just got completely outplayed. Maybe they trade one back, but they're committing forward onto Linfeng, and it's just complete disaster. Ultra Prime, what an opener to this game 4. Especially, you know, the Riven match that we just saw earlier. That hookshot flash, ooh, that was money. And speaking of money, Harry might be in a bad place. Junhao follows the flash with his own to land the Tempest into the crippling strike, and it's just too damn easy for the Ultra Prime top jungle duo.
Through Hung and try to get into these lanes and get some ganks off, but that's not the way we were exactly talking about. Oh, that's an unfortunate way to have walked right as Hung arrives.
Yeah, Wako doesn't have flash from the level 1, and at first, if you don't succeed as OMG, you persist through and try again, and try to capitalize on any missing summoner spells, and for Ashe, As you said, that is unfortunate way to find out. I remember what we said at the end of Game 3. Like, Ultra Prime seemingly have found the winning formula and the foundation for how these teams should be finding their wins. Give Junhao the lead. Let him choose and decide where they should be playing for on the map, and let Rosie Love and Saber be the ones linking up with him and following up on the plays. This is what could happen right now, as Junhao baits them in, goes back in with the Sonic Wave and the Resonating Strike combo, and when you have the mobility and the flexibility of the Lee Sin to just push and pull these fights, Ultra Prime are just in such a winning state in the first 6 minutes of the game. Will die eventually, because there's no way this Spider's gonna get out, but solid win here for OMG.
And is to Starry not ideal. Would have liked to have that kill go over to Harry potentially there, but in the end, not going to be the end of the world. Like you said, still another nice overall team fight win. Nifung, if he steps a little bit too far towards the bottom side of this map, there's still a potential for a ward hop. Yep, there it is!
Woohoo! Kick flash! Right into Saber's full combo. He didn't even have to use the Unleashed Power. It was just the Scatter the Weak Stun. That was gorgeous, Juno. And Saber's trying to be careful to not overextend himself into vision. Hung has got to be careful too. He jumps onto Rosie Love, the flash backwards. The Glacial Fissure tries to break open the collapse from Junhao, but he should have the damage, but Hung buys enough time with that Crescent Guard. Now surely they should be able to get a trade in, but Harry is teleported in, walks in front of Junhao and slams him into the ground with the non-stoppable onslaught. The flash over the wall trying to follow up on forward. Here comes the resets, and we talked about it before. Starry has the potential to take this game over, and that's a way to do it. 12 minutes in. Momentarily stuns Hung, and now Junhao trying to reposition for a collapse here. Here comes the teleport. Oh, that was weird. Shockwave just pulls him in, and good night. I don't know what the hell happened to Jung. Junhao gonna try to salvage the play, find Starry into the back line, but Hung is able to get revenge for it, and now it's all up to Ultra Prime to try and push OMG back into their jungle. That was so bizarre. I'm still hung up about this. I don't know if it was a spectator bug or something, but it looked like Jung was not in the Decimating Smash, but maybe it was just the teleport particle. I don't know. Unfortunately, Jung got completely smashed, and Saber might have overextended his welcome. No Unleashed Power. Yeah, just stayed a little too long on that wave, and OMG are there to punish.
This feels like a little bit of a throw right now. Ultra Prime, they were in such a strong position at the start of this game. Now, all of a sudden, Hung is sat at 6-2-1, has got that
vision at least, and know that it is happening. A teleport is coming in for Ultra Prime. Junhao, can he find a miracle steal here? 4,000 HP. They've got vision on it. He's in there. There's the shockwave and knocks him up. Junhao is gone, but here comes the rest of the collapse. Ultra Prime try to find their target on the Starry, but he steps back on up. And here comes the resets. They secured the Otacon, and the GA is going to give them life here to come back to the map. Ultra Prime managed to knock out the Otacon GA and all 5 members, but they lose 2 in the process. You know, just give ground over to OMG. They get into the river. Maybe that's all that OMG wanted. You know, not the most ideal engage, but they don't really have any other engage tools. Maybe this Glacial Fissure. But we'll see. Oh, wait a minute! That's the shockwave delivery system we were talking about! Tried, true, and simple. Gets the job done. And no Wako means no Ash Arrow that's going to be coming through anytime soon.
There's no way they're going to keep trying to fight this one, right? Surely Ultra Prime just have to turn around and walk away. They're still trying to poke out. They're still trying to deal just about enough damage. No, really, that Junhao's going to be able to get in to steal this one. He might actually be given an opportunity. I
mean, you can see Jung wants the pressure for Star. He knows that he doesn't have summoner spells. Rosie Love is going to dive on in, but they're getting bursted. The kick flash right into Saber isn't enough. Just one more auto attack, but it doesn't have enough damage. Starry survives. Just ripping through auto attacks one at a time. Saber just did not have enough cooldowns and enough bursts on the damage that he had available.
And it feels like it's going to be almost impossible for Ultra Prime to win this one. If they can't get a big pick, that could be it.
It connects onto Lin Feng, and there's the ward hop, and the shockwave hits no one since he was sent flying through the air. And the teleport, this could be sheepish. Thankfully for Harry, he's a big tank, so he's not going to go down that easily. Not enough for Ultra Prime to really capitalize on anyway, but they have the numbers advantage for the next 30 seconds.
You can see the ball of the person teleporting across your screen.
Pretty slow, too.
has really taken a lot of the wind out of the sails of the awesome flank. This, though, pretty cool.
Hey, what is this? There's a flank, and Saber might be compromised here. The immediate flash from Hung, trying to capture him with the 3 talent strike. Incoming Super Mega Death Throck, and that's the power of the full lethality. Jinx, he just destroys Saber off the map at 50% HP, and no Syndra means this Baron is ripe for the taking.
It's just going to be a trade of Baron for tower, unless, of course, we can get a great steal right here from Junhao. It would be so cool. He's done it before.
4,000, 3,000, 2,000. He's in!
He got it! Oh!
Oh! Savior for Ultra Prime! You said it at Game 2, Bloxer. We've got a series on our hands, and Junhao is delivering on that promise.
Oh my lord, look at the smile on Wago's face as well. He knows it. That was sick, and this has happened before. Oh, if he can catch. Oh,
Hung
this
is
is perfect.
compromised. Wait a minute, Hexec ultimatum, and there's the Ash Arrow. It's gonna stop OMG from being able to
He's
bail
dead.
out their jungler. This is big. Ultra Prime, is this enough to carry on forward? Here comes the teleport for Harry. They've lost Rosie Love, but they haven't lost their jungler, and they just need to burst down this dragon. One Jung trying to heal up off of this Raptor camp, and that could expose Starry and Linfeng on this backline. They don't have Hexec ultimatum anymore.
Harry's
Saber's
so
in trouble.
massive.
That's the flash forward. Junhao tries to go in and save it. They haven't even gotten close to burning down this dragon. They've got to be careful about how they play. This is Shockwave pulls Junhao as he was trying to go back. Good kick right through the back line, but One Jung has taken out Starry, and now he can save this fight. Junhao, good flash over the right side of the wall. It's just Linfeng, nail Linfeng, and there's no more damage in the rest of this composition from OMG. Ultra Prime are playing it so damn well. They rip through it on Linfeng, tries to rip through one and saves it for now, but Harry is gone. The rest of Ultra Prime have saved the game, and this Mountain Soul is their prize to claim.
That team fight was a mess. Back and forth, back and forth. This game is ridiculous. This series is ridiculous. But once again, Ultra Prime just about going to be able to come out on top after...
Flank, maybe if he can try and pincer onto Starry. Remember, no
twice.
summoner spells onto Starry. He's taking up a lot of damage. Baron is secured by OMG. The Glacial Fissure knocks up Junhao. Gotta be careful and respect the damage out of this Jinx. But there's no summoner spells. If they can find a way to close the gap onto him, but Saber is caught! And that's the first reset for Starry, as they're going to try to use the movement speed to power on forward. But the rest of Ultra Prime make enough ground to get the hell on out of there. But now they have to deal with the Baron-empowered minions pouring in through the mid lane.
Yeah, that fight, once again, Ultra Prime, they just hadn't set themselves up to be able to walk into that one. We're just trying so hard to find a way in. They had a little bit of a flank from Rosie Love, but nothing too big. And now, last stand potentially in their base. These champions shred towers.
Oh boy, Mountain Soul, how much can it save Ultra Prime's game here? Rosie Love tries to buy some time. Jung gets a lot of damage there, but Junhao gets blown up. There's the resets once again, and not even a Mountain Soul save, not even a Baron Steel save is enough to deny what OMG wanted to bring. A Game 5. We're going to Silver Scrapes, ladies and gentlemen.
What did we say? Series on our hands. This one has been...
Okay, we'll see if he can actually get his way. Nice little flash there to get away.
Oh,
as
this
he
is
hits
nice.
Back Hung. You also have Harry coming down here, so it's getting a little bit more dicey. Flash coming through. There's the CC stun. The Sky Splitter. It's going to get a nice shield. Moham tanks it beautifully, but Rosie Love tried to actually find a little bit of an angle. Won't find it. That's plates. That's first blood, and that's a lot for OMG.
Oh,
nice. They get him as they... Unsuspecting bear in the jungle is going to fall to Rosie Love of all people. And this is where you're falling prey to the speed of Lilia's clear.
Yeah, you would, on almost any other champion, be expecting that the Lilia hasn't been able to make it to this point.
I don't think so either. Going to go for the early smite there just to make sure they can get one for Ultra Prime. I am interested, now that we're getting level 6s for these solo lanes, if we're going to get a big influence of that here, as Rosie Love has made it over. Moham immediately flashes, gets the hook there, and unfortunately Linfeng just ate that one. And Saber picks up the kill. That's the least one that you want to have the gold on if you're OMG. He immediately turns around. He's like, oh, goodness. Well, we're going to go with some Alco Gaming here. Can you get away from the bear? As there's a little bit of a flamethrower behind him, too. I don't know. That's an unfair combo, but it is K'Sante, so bring everything you can against this guy as Harry will take him out. We get a little bit of a 1v1 under turret in mid lane. Saber's just going for the turret plates and get his way out of there. We'll see if that 6 grubs comes knocking later on. TP going to come in. Ooh, little early hook there from Rosie Love. Lilting Lullaby is going to be sung sweetly here as they want to go in under turret. They're tanking the turret. Nice double stun. And Ultra Prime are coming away with everything.
And they're going to pick themselves up all of the kills, most of this tower
Run
as
away,
well.
Linfeng.
And Linfeng, I don't think he wanted to step up here.
That man's got a big sword. You watch out. Oh, the kitty cat's just so close. Rosie Love. Jiang going under turret here with the all-out. Moham had to flash. And now we get the Void Seeker combo. One more auto and Starry still strutting his stuff.
A little bit over-aggressive potentially. This is now the second time we've cut to Jiang and he's going in.
Look at this damage. My God. It's 13 minutes and he's going to get even more plates there as we do get flashes on mid lane. Nice combo and OMG. They're cooking. Oh, God. Somebody's got to finish him.
Oh,
they used the Feather Storm to finish him off. Linfeng now getting chased down by the rest of the members of Ultra Prime. He does have a lot of mobility, but I don't know if he's got that much mobility. Swirl Seed connects and he's slowed down. Jiang gets the kill as now Saber takes another turret. Should have all tools available. Ultra Prime doing a really good job of clearing out some of that vision that was lagging behind a little bit. They're going to start up the dragon here, realizing that Linfeng does have TP. They will just be waiting for that trigger pull as Rosie Love trying to pull his own trigger. The dragon about a quarter down now, getting closer and closer to half health. Starry looking to step up. Linfeng still has a massive flank here as Ultra Prime aren't really moving. That's the dragon down to Ultra Prime. The big quickness on top of the equalizer. Blade Caller right back though as Junhao makes it out of wave. Linfeng with that flank. Starry finding that huge angle with the killer instinct. Now Saber, it's his time to shine.
Saber.
He's trying to go reckless, but he can't do it. He just gets the one. And OMG, they're making it look like Game 4 all over again. And OMG going to be happy with some of their dealings here as they go under turret. Big Lilting Lullaby. That's on to 3 members. Blade Caller right back. Junhao is trying to get damage down, and now you got a big follow through as huge damage on the Moham. More bodies are falling. Yeah, the Khan might be at your side, but Ultra Prime are looking at Baron.
And this is not worth it. I've seen so many teams recently do this. Hey, we've got the Adakan buff. We might as well just go dive under tower, get the resets off. It's a quick recall. No, you're getting tons of gold over. They are going to make it back in time for this Baron, although it is burning through fast.
I don't know. I think Ultra Prime are really throwing it here if they go for it. They're just going to go for the split. They're going to go for the toss. They're going to go for the flip. And it's taken! Junhao takes those heads every day! And so Saber in a lot of trouble here. There's a big Blade Caller back. Flame Spitter's doing some work. Harry is cleaning up the back line. Xiong trying to finish off the rest of OMG, but OMG are strong together with a double kill from Harry. Xiong going down. One more flip, and it's Starry cleaning him up. I mean, Moham just kind of saved his life right there, taking a little bit of the damage. As Equalizer going to come down, they want to pull the trigger on the fight. Rosie Love trying to stop them from moving in. Look at Starry's angle. Starry looking good, but Lilting Lullaby onto 2. Linfeng distracting as they try to go for the back line. Hung is tanking like a storm. Saber trying to finish him off. He has cut the bear down to size, but look at OMG. They have cut Ultra Prime down to size. Starry flashing forward. Starry going insane and more. It's a triple kill, but it doesn't matter. Ultra Prime, they have been dusted. OMG continuously find fights off their phenom in Starry.
Starry lives for so long in that fight, despite the fact that he is in and amongst so many members of Ultra Prime.
I mean, Moham just kind of saved his life right there, taking a little bit of the damage. As Equalizer going to come down, they want to pull the trigger on the fight. Rosie Love trying to stop them from moving in. Look at Starry's angle. Starry looking good, but Lilting Lullaby onto 2. Linfeng distracting as they try to go for the back line. Hung is tanking like a storm. Saber trying to finish him off. He has cut the bear down to size, but look at OMG. They have cut Ultra Prime down to size. Starry flashing forward. Starry going insane and more. It's a triple kill, but it doesn't matter. Ultra Prime, they have been dusted. OMG continuously find fights off their phenom in Starry. Usually that's the sign that OMG want to go forward. Looks like Equalizer will be waited out by Ultra Prime. They have an angle. Quickness into the grand entrance, into the combo as they have everybody grouped up. Ultra Prime is actually doing a really good job of fighting front to back. Look at Waco. He's got a lot of distance, and the Blade Caller going to be coming through as well. Damage down. Huge. Starry is not going to be able to save them this time. Ultra Prime, we said this game is back and forth and back and forth, and we're rubber banded yet again.
Oh, that was the fight that you really needed to find right there as Ultra Prime. They're going to carry on, try to get the pick onto Harry. Really don't think it's likely he's going to be able to survive. Does a ton of damage, to be fair, but even with the golden, falls in the end. Ace right there, picked up for Ultra Prime. Now, I don't think they can... Ooh, can they end?
Big
30 seconds, 6 grubs.
6 scrubs.
They might be able to.
This is where past Ultra Prime is saying, yeah, I got you, baby. Let's go. They are murdering these turrets. They are murdering these structures. Moham, the only one coming up. They should be able to defend this one. Ultra Prime, maybe they're feeling dancy. Maybe they're feeling antsy. Maybe they're feeling like they want to get in there as Moham trying to block them up, but they're just going for the turrets. They have one mind together, and it's to try to end this, but Starry comes in and just melts them down to size. No. Give them a triple kill.
Oh, such a mistake right there. I don't know how much Ultra Prime are going to lose for it, but now they've got 50-second death timers.
Oh,
if OMG push this through and try to end, they might be making the same mistake.
Let's do it. Do it. If you're going to go down, you go down swinging, just like, unfortunately, the Wave did there, too. Saber, and try to get a little bit of distance, but unfortunately dies. That's rough, though, because that's really staggered, and Saber is a massive part of your team, just trying to save some time with getting that Wave. As now OMG have their eyes set on just what Ultra Prime was doing a few moments ago under turret. But guess what? They turned the towers off because Hung is a monster. The monster has come to town. OMG, that's a big Blade Caller, but Wade goes down. The turret's still going. They're changed up and they are killing them. But Starry have health there. The Ocean Soul is so massive right now. They're going to be healing so much, and all that's left for Ultra Prime is one last defense. OMG, are they going to feel just as amped as they were just in game number 4? They're trying to go for the fight. Lilting Lullaby back from Lin Fong. Anything you can do, I can do better, OMG says, as they look to take the final neck and the final head of Ultra Prime. What a finish to this group, and what a finish for OMG. They will finally win their first series.